Welcome to Mother Hubbard's Cupboard. I'm Raven Woods, living in Seattle. I'd like to invite you into my delicious world of food stamp welfare home cooking. I grew up in Alaska making caribou meatballs and moose sausage. I can make something out of nothing. I raised my 3 girls on bare cupboards, but I come from a mother who was an exceptional chef and whose favorite was Julia Child. So it's the end of the month. I went to the food bank, and lo and behold, they actually gave me some duck. So I'm starved. Let's get cooking. So the first thing we're going to do is preheat the oven to 350 degrees. Take the good old cast iron pan out, which we're going to roast this duck, which you know, it's pressed already, cooked probably, but we'll spruce it up with all these vegetables that I also got from the food bank. Some nice yellow and red peppers, some panucci bulb, of course garlic and onion. Look at this beautiful organic local celery and some beautiful cauliflower. So we've put the duck in the pan, and I'm going to surround it with an assortment of these chopped vegetables. So we'll just start out by getting these peppers. I like nice big bright bold chunks of color from the pepper, and then when you bite into it, it's crisp and creamy and delicious. And then we will chop the garlic and the onion, and we'll get it all into a nice medley and surround that. So, nice bite sizes of the pepper, sweet and crisp, creamy when they bake up nice. Put those in all along the edges of the duck. This, nice colors. And now I'm going to slice up the panucci bulb. This bulb, you could basically slice up the entire thing, and when it bakes, it'll just have a nice fennel, licorice-like flavor. Instead of the traditional orange sauce, I'm going to go with some nice vegetables surrounding the duck. And we'll have a nice truffle mashed potatoes. It's from Italy. It comes on the side with the duck. And the sauce that forms on the base, the gravy with all the vegetables and the duck, will be perfect on top of the mashed potatoes. Simple and beautiful, and all from the food bank. Let's see. Let's go to Mother Hubbard's cupboard and see what will accompany the duck. I have here, oh yes, mashed potatoes with truffle. All we need is some milk, some butter. We'll simmer these up, and these will go on the side of the duck. We'll be eating in 25-30 minutes. One 1/4 cup milk, put it on medium heat. Let's see, that's about 1 1/4 cups of milk. And 1 1/4 cups of water. 1 1/4 cups of water. Right about there. Perfect. And a blob of butter. A knob of butter. Butter mashed potatoes. This should be quite lovely. This is going to go on top of the vegetables. I'm going to slice the onion. Nice pieces. Go with the panucci bulb. And the celery. I'm going to use a little bit of poultry seasoning, just a sprinkling on our vegetables, so it almost gives it a sort of a Thanksgiving flair around the duck. This is just a midday meal from the food bank, but we'll give it an extra special flair with a little bit of special spices. And the cauliflower will be quite nice. Get that ready. All this will roast up in one pan. This is a one pan Mother Hubbard's cupboard special meal, except of course for the mashed potatoes on the side. Leave this core. This is all going to go around the edges. Of course I have to get the garlic in there. It's going to be quite lovely. All this assortment of vegetables roasting together. Nice medley. And you know, I think I'm going to use a little bit of beer just to go on that, to give it a little bit more gravy on top of the mashed potatoes. I think the beer will give it a nice little flavor. Okay. Now I'm going to get all that cauliflower to smaller pieces, smaller flowerets. So when it roasts up on the top with the butter on top, it'll have a nice golden color to it. A nice creamy texture. That'll do. Put that all around the edges, on the top. Alright, we're going to put a nice tight fitting lid on this, so that it bakes up with the butter. Very good. Now this juice and this broth that comes out of there, I will thicken up and use as a sauce to go over the top over the mashed potatoes. Now, can't forget, we have not gotten our garlic out of here yet. Some nice, at least 4 or 5 bulbs of garlic. Very important to the flavor that I'm trying to go for here. Nice roast of winter vegetables along with the nice bright peppers. Little different, unusual twist on the side of the duck. My first cooking job was with my family's 75-foot brigantine sailboat that they bought in the Mediterranean. We sailed all around Greece, the Peloponnesus. All the wonderful foods in Greece, oh my goodness. And then in Spain, all through the Med. And I was the cook. I was only 17 years old, and I had to cook for 14 crew members. My first job, I was terrified. My brother said, "Get up there into the market, 3 blocks up to the left, 2 blocks to the right, El Mercado." Oh my goodness, that's how I learned how to speak Spanish. I was asking the vendors what the different food items were, and then I'd come back and cook up everyone a wonderful meal. Of course, once we set sail and the storm hit, I was completely worthless. My mother had to take over. No sea legs for me, unfortunately, but that was my first cooking job. Okay, we've got a good couple tablespoons full of nicely minced chopped garlic that'll mix in with all the veggies. Season that with some nice salt and pepper, some nice sea salt, nice fresh ground black pepper. I'm going to dot that with some butter. Let's not forget Julia Childs now. Can't make anything good without onions, garlic, and butter. Just dot that with butter. And I'm going to drizzle a little bit of olive oil on top of those veggies too. Okay, now we're going to cover that with a nice tight-fitting lid and pop it in the oven. This will work. Okay, so in the oven it goes. In 1 hour at 350 degrees, those vegetables will just melt in your mouth. The duck will fall off the bone. They'll have a nice, lovely gravy that we'll put over the mashed potatoes. It'll be wonderful. A nice reduction sauce of all the vegetables and all the flavors going on there. So the roast duck and vegetables are almost ready. So I'm just going to whip these up. Get these ready. Nice and creamy on the side with the veggies and the duck. It'll melt in your mouth. So I can smell that it seems ready. So let's get it out of the oven. We're going to make the reduction sauce, which will go with the mashed potatoes. Oh yeah, that's great. So the beauty of the cast iron skillet is that you can make the reduction sauce right in the bottom. So I'm just going to take the duck out and put it on this platter and surround it with vegetables. Those peppers are cooked. Yeah, it's beautiful. Take these vegetables out, put them in something else. So we have this lovely, partly reduced broth already that I'm going to just further reduce and put a spoonful of that on each person's portion of mashed potatoes. So that's reducing. We'll cut up the duck, start plating it. Portion of all the mixed veggies, each plate. And guess what we're going to watch while we eat this lovely meal that we've prepared? Some sort of cooking show, of course. Take all the meat off the bone. Nice and tender, juicy. Instead of sweet, we have a nice savory accompaniment to the duck. Sprinkle out a wee bit of salt. Our reduction sauce looks perfect for the mashed potato. right now. Spoon of those. A little bit of sauce. Some duck on the side. Here you are, my dear. Let's dig in. See how that duck is. That is good. Veggies. Wonderful. Mashed potatoes. Heavenly. Better try some.